let me take a deep breath here because I've got a lot to say.
Deal.
I'd like us to go back to the LSU Alabama game Saturday night. I'll preface my comments by saying Nick Saban is the GOAT. Alabama deserved to win the game. Alabama played better than LSU. But there was a moment where the game completely changed. And I know this is a hot button issue because there's so many different opinions on exactly what happened. It was in the fourth quarter with about 11 minutes to play where defensive lineman from Alabama, Dallas Turner, came and hit Jayden Daniels. It was a high hit. If you see his helmet goes up, you see Jayden Daniels' neck snap back.
Mm-hmm.
Jayden Daniels, then he proceeded to drive Jayden Daniels into the turf.
Mm-hmm.
Jayden Daniels had to come out of the game, concussion protocol, return for one play. I'm not sure what that was about. I'm not sure why he was even out there. That shouldn't have happened. But somebody thought better of it and got him out of the game.
Right.
So he could get the appropriate medical attention. It was like the air just let out of everything. We were experiencing this tremendous game between quarterbacks that were playing at a high level. Jalen Milroe, running the ball, LSU couldn't stop him.
Yep.
Jayden Daniels, on the other hand, their statistics were very similar for the game, although Milroe did not throw a single touchdown pass. He ran for all the scores. Jayden Daniels was responsible for 382 yards of total offense at the point where he was injured. Now, you want players to play hard and you want them to play tough. And we recognize that football is a violent sport.
Mm-hmm.
But I have some questions about the hit that Dallas Turner made on Jayden Daniels. Now, Nick Saban came out today and said he thought it was a good hit. And others have backed that up. Paul Feinbaum was one of them. I don't know how you can call that a good hit when you look at the video over and over and over. I understand Coach Saban's going to defend his players.
Right. Absolutely.
However, I will not call it a dirty hit because dirty hit implies malice. You're judging
Mm-hmm.
intent. And I don't know what the intent was of Dallas Turner other than to make a play. Regardless, let's say he was just coming in to make a hard tackle, hit the quarterback. It was an illegal hit.
Mm-hmm.
Why targeting was not called is a puzzle to me. I don't understand that. I know that Brian Kelly said today they have submitted it to the league office because you want your quarterback to be protected. Now, I like hard hits as much as anybody. I love the Steelers teams of the 70s, and you look at Jack Lambert, Mean Joe Green, but the game is different now, and there are different rules in play. And so what I saw in that moment was an illegal hit, and I hated it because when you play a team, you want to beat that team at full strength. You don't want their best player to be injured. I heard someone today say it wouldn't have made a difference. I beg to differ. Jayden Daniels led a touchdown drive with a little over a minute left on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, look at the scoring in that game. In the first quarter, Alabama scored 14, LSU scored 7. In the second quarter, LSU scored 14, Alabama scored 7. In the third quarter, Alabama scored 14, LSU scored 7. Do we see a pattern here?
Exactly.
And with 11 minutes left to go in the game, Jayden Daniels is knocked out. LSU doesn't score in the fourth quarter. Alabama scores 7. So I'm very concerned about what happened. And it also concerns me because when you look at Dallas Turner, there is a history here. We can go back to the Texas game. Go back and judge for yourself. Watch the video of when he hit Quinn Ewers that knocked Ewers out of the game. A very, very close game. Go back also to the Ole Miss game last year where he ripped the face mask, the helmet off of Jackson Dart.
Mm-hmm.
And then in another play after hitting Dart, as he gets up, he forcefully uses both hands and pushes the back of Jackson Dart's helmet so his face mask goes into the turf. There are concerns I have about some of the things that are going on. I don't know Dallas Turner. I don't know his intent. I fully expect Alabama fans to defend him. I expect Saban to defend him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we we expect more in the day of instant replay, targeting, the emphasis on player safety, that certain measures will be taken. So illegal hits and conduct that is not conducive to good sportsmanship in the game, that those things don't happen. So I was very disappointed about that. Again, Alabama deserved to win. They played better. Kudos to
Yep.
them. But this kind of these hits, I don't see a place for them, Darren.
And the thing about it is, let's assume that it wasn't a dirty hit, that there was no intent to hurt. Let's just make that assumption just strictly on this hit. You have to approach it the same way you do when they call it the Brady rule in the NFL. When Tom Brady gets hurt because he gets hit at the knees, and that becomes an illegal hit. Not necessarily a dirty play when you hit a quarterback at the knees, but an illegal hit. And everyone on the defense had to learn, I can't hit a quarterback like that. Well, it's been pretty established for a long time that helmet to helmet contact or helmet to neck and head area contact is no longer allowed, and grabbing a quarterback and driving them into the ground with your full weight is not allowed. Both of those things are illegal, and therefore, regardless of intent, regardless of the game, regardless of the game situation, it's a clear this is what should happen, and none of it did. It really is kind of mind blowing that it just everybody just moved on. Like, oh well, boy, I hate that he got hurt, and just move on. It didn't make any sense to me. Just even sitting there watching it, I didn't understand. Regardless of intent, it was, as you said, an illegal hit, and absolutely nothing happened.
Yeah. And people move on because it doesn't fit the narrative that they
Right?
want.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. That's a great point.